Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this time this video is gonna be like, as you've seen the thumbnail, it's gonna be about if you were the opposite gender for one day, what will you do? So basically this video is very funny, and so everything's all about jokes, so don't take it like too seriously, okay? So this video is very funny, trust me, you guys are gonna enjoy it. So yeah guys, enjoy the video and it's gonna be great time. Alright, so who am I here with today? Alright, if you were the opposite gender for a day, what will you do?
I'd jerk myself.
And so how will you name yourself if you were a guy?
I actually don't know. I haven't thought of that.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Karen?
Alright, so what if you were the opposite gender for a day, what will you do?
Oof. I'm gonna get some bitches.
And how will you name yourself as a guy?
I'm not gonna name myself like my ex, Julio. I'm gonna name myself Alex.
Alright, who am I here with today?
David.
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for a day, what will you do?
You know what I mean? I would go a tutor and say, how does it feel to take a mirror selfie every so often? Considering how girls constantly do that, they take a photo, mirror selfie. Yeah, that's what I would do. Just see how it feels.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Here with Ozzy.
Alright, if you were the opposite gender for a day, what will you do?
First thing I'd do overall is I'd wait for my period to see if the tales are true of how painful period cramps are. I just gotta know if it's true, how much painful it is.
Yeah, so how will you name yourself if you were a female?
Probably eat it.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
You're what, sir?
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for a day, what will you do?
I would take advantage of everything a girl can do that a guy can't.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Andrew,
Alright, so if you were in the opposite gender for a day, what will you do?
manipulate a man.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Yeah.
Alright, so what will you do if you were the opposite gender for one day?
Let the homies hit.
Alright, so who am I here with today? Alright, so what will you do if you were the opposite gender for one day?
Pee-pee!
Alright, so who am I here with today?
MJ. Candy?
Alright, so what will you two do if you were the opposite gender for a day?
Here, MJ. I would fuck Candy twice. Me too.
Alright, so who am I here with today? Alright, so what's up? What will you do if you were the opposite gender for one day? Alright, so who am I here with today?
Ashley. Bianca. Leslie.
Alright, so what will y'all do if you were the opposite gender for one day?
I would find out how to get a boner.
You?
Fuck bitches. You. Fuck my friends.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Andrew,
Alright, so what will you do if you were the opposite gender for a day?
play with my boys.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Jeanette,
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what will you do?
I would probably be a whore. I would, if I had like a big, like I would show it off, like hell yeah, period. And yeah, I'll just be a whore.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Anthony.
Alright, so what will you do if you were the opposite gender for one day?
Start an OnlyFans.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Sam Martinez.
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what will you do?
I kind of have bucket list for this. Go in the restroom. Go to Victoria's Secret without being watched. Some disturbing things I don't want to say on camera. That's all I really want to do.
Alright, so who am I here with today? Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for a day, what will you do?
I'll let the homies hit.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Caesar Howdy.
Alright, if you were the opposite gender for one day, what will you do?
I would try on the shit ton of clothes. What? And I would just have like a fashion event.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Zach.
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what will you do?
Shit, all I'm gonna say is the homies are eating good, bro.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Jalen.
Alright, if you were the opposite gender for one day, what will you do?
Am I 18? Or am I like the same age?
The same age, yeah. But just like different gender.
I would, like all the ugly guys, I would like give them a kiss. Like you gotta show love. Yeah, like I would do something.
Alright, so who am I here today? Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what will you do?
What would I do? Probably get a few toys, get in the tub, put on friends and put it in.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Carlos.
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
Let all the homies say.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Jesse,
Alright, if you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
I'll let my homies cop a feel. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So who am I here with today? Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
I would let him over there hit, but not him, because he's ugly. And I don't know about that girl.
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with them?
I'll let them hit.
You're about to do your dirty butterfly #matchfish. I need shit, bro. I really fucking
Alright, so what would you two do if you two were the opposite gender for one day?
Low key, if I was a girl, I would twerk. Cause like, I'm not bad at twerking, but like I'm a guy, so like it's weird, you know? If I was a girl, it wouldn't be weird.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Jocelyn? Alex?
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
Okay, I would probably go undercover and try to figure out what you guys are talking about all day.
What about you?
I would probably try to see the best style as like a man, like see how we dress. I would try to dress better.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Jasmine?
Alright, so if you two were the opposite gender for one day, what will you two do?
I guess I'd want to feel what it feels like to pee as a guy, and I'd walk around downtown by myself because I wouldn't be scared to get kidnapped.
What about you?
I'd walk around by myself without having fear of getting kidnapped or raped.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Esmeralda.
Alright, so what would you do if you were the opposite gender for one day?
If I was the opposite gender for one day, I would obviously look at how big I am. I would honestly probably go on a walk in like the middle of the night and basically just hang out by myself and like drive and do stuff that you would normally not be able to do as a woman at night.
Alright, so who am I here with today? I'm Rhino Phil. Alright, so what would you do if you were the opposite gender for one day?
I let all the homies hit.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
David.
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
I'd get as much dick as I could.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
With J-Trap.
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
I would figure myself.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Daniel?
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
Ooh, I gotta say, if I was the opposite gender for a day, I'd let all the guys pay for my food. Free food, man. Free food.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
You're with Eric. I'm with Eric. You're with Eric.
Yeah. Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
I'm not sure if you know or like remember, but that scene from like where not Shaggy. I don't fucking know his name. But like that scene from Scooby-Doo, the real life where guys switches like gender just like the same. I'll basically do it. That's basically what I would do 24/7.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Emmanuel.
Alright, so what would you do if you were the opposite gender for one day?
If I was in the opposite gender for one day, I would talk to other girls, learn their secrets, and you know, just I guess tell them to other girls to spread gossip. I don't know. I can't.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Ariana.
Alright, so what would you do if you were the opposite gender for one day?
My first intention is to go to the boys' restroom just to be curious. What was it like? I know it sounds weird. And also I have the opportunity to buy boy clothes because they kind of have more fashion than women clothes. So yeah.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Tristan.
Alright, so if you two were the opposite gender for one day, what would y'all do?
For one day, I'll probably let him eat me out.
Alright, so who am I here with today?
Valentine's smooth.
And the homie Andrew?
Yeah, yes sir, always. Woo!
Alright, so what would you do if you were the opposite gender for one day?
Oh shit. Probably go to Starbucks or something.
Alright, so who am I here today?
Caro.
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
I'll go to truck meets. I'll get my troca and I'll go to my padre.
Who am I here with today?
Daniel Tall Gaming.
Alright, so if you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
I would date this fool.
That's right. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy watching this video, please hit the like and hit the subscribe button so I don't miss any upcoming videos I may do in the future. And who knows, I may do more interview videos that you guys may possibly like to see. And just know that this is all everything for jokes, like just for having fun, you know? So yeah guys, so hope to see you guys real soon, and I'll see you guys next time.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.